If you're the kind of reader who finishes a book and immediately forget what you rated it, or has a TBR pile that's basically out of control, this book tracker spreadsheet is about to become your new favourite thing. In this video, I'm going to walk you through every single tab, show you how the automated features work, and have you set up and tracking your reading in just a few minutes. We need to start over on the Setups tab over here. First things first, I always recommend starting on the Setups tab. This is where you can customise the template to actually fit your reading life before you start logging anything. Here you can edit your currency and then customise your main genres, subgenres, formats, tags and keywords, and so on. If you read a lot of romance and none of, say, poetry, just edit these lists and match exactly what you read. Everything else in the spreadsheet pulls from these lists automatically, so nothing is getting lost and everything downstream feels much easier. All you have to do is click on the cells and add whatever genres, subgenres, formats and keywords that are relevant to your reading. If we move over to the main reading dashboard, you'll see a tab that is actually completely automated, pulling from all the other tabs down here. So it will round up exactly how many books you've read each month of that year, your general ratings, all the books in your gallery that maybe you've owned or borrowed from a library, any progress, the books you're currently reading or have completed. And over here you can start to become a little bit more specific. So if you wanted to search for a specific book, let's say in the main genre and you're looking for fantasy, it will come up with all of the books that you have in your digital library, which are pulling from the book tracker and the gallery and the library tab over here. You can also search for book titles specifically, so you can scroll down to all the books that you have in your library and you can see a quick overview. So you will pull up the book cover, who it was by, the genre, any notes that you added, any tags and keywords, and how far you've actually got through reading it at the moment. One important thing to note is just to make sure you're adding the year for the reading that you're doing. So this is set to 2025, but you can update it for 2026, and all of this will then update in accordance. If we move on to the next tab, jumping over into the book tracker, this is really the heart of the whole spreadsheet. Every time you finish or start a book, this is where you will log it. You've got columns for the book title, author, the genre, subgenre, what you rated the book, the source of the book, so have you owned it, have you borrowed it, are you waiting for it to be published, its format, so is it a novel, physical book, audio book, ebook, and then all of this book information here, which is all completely automated. You can also then say who's recommended the book to you, a link to the cover, the name of the series, and when you started it, when you finished it, how many pages it has, the total number of pages per hour, and your progress and any keywords or tags which are brought up from the setup tab, and then any notes you have. So by adding the start and end date, you will then have this section updated because 400 out of 400 pages have been read. It will then mark as completed. This one, as it says currently reading, is because you've only made it 25% through the book. This will then also update the progress bar here. The genre and subgenre categories are pulled over from the setup tab, and the ratings and these other drop downs will then update through to the dashboard. An important note about the book cover link cell, this will actually update your photo gallery tab. So for example, for Akata, you will have a picture of the front cover, And this has a formula here which links through to the book cover link cell of the book title here. To do this, just make sure that you have an exact image web HTML link of that book cover. So if I click into this link here, it will actually pull up just the book cover. When it does this, it will then update this automatically, so there's no need to do anything. The photo gallery allows you to track your books in a aesthetic visual collection. So all of the book covers will automatically be pulled through from the Book Tracker onto this digital shelf, along with the rating that you have given them. It also comes with your global book ratings and reading status. You can also sort through your books using the book summary. So here we've got The Sun and Her Flowers, and it is pulled over the source, author, genre, rating and format of the book, and your current reading status with that book. So you can see that you have not currently completed reading it yet, and any personal notes that you have written about that book. You can then find other book titles through here. So if we click on Akita, it will update this and show the current reading status. So it looks like this book has been completed. Moving over to the book gallery, you will have a similar situation of the book summary and the reading status of that book over here. And again, the global book ratings and status. You can see your digital bookshelf here, which pulls across all of the different books that you have read from your book tracker. You can then sort your books into alphabetical order or original order. It will automatically update the number of books you own, the number of borrowed books, and books you're waiting for publication. So these are separated into those categories. Moving over to the library. The library toolkit allows you to organise what you currently own, what you've borrowed and what you want to read separate from your actual reading log. It's great for keeping track of what you need to return to the library or what you need to pick up on your next bookstore trip. You can filter using this, so you can sort alphabetically, sort by colour and coordination, condition, and you can do this with any of the cells here. Just be careful because none of this is protected. Moving over to the reading habits, which is probably one of my favourite tabs in the spreadsheet. It's actually where you can set your reading goals and not just log what you've read. All of the graphs are automated, so here, all your progress. All you have to do is input the information into each month. So you can check what you have read or listened to on each day of that month and of that year. So just make sure you're setting your year. So if you wanted to update it to 2026, it will update to the relevant start day and date. Just going back to 2025 for now. You can then set how many books you want to read or listen to for that month. So if I only wanted to read on 10 days out of that month, I would have increased my progress, but because I wanted to listen to it, read for 20 days of that month, it will update. So you can tick, 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 and you can see how it's updating the graphs across the spreadsheet. Moving over to the final tab is the reading calendar. This tab is great if you're more of a visual planner. The calendar tab allows you to lay out your reading month by month, so you can see exactly what you're reading and when at a glance. So all you have to do is set the year set the month, so February, March, but if we just keep it at January for now, you can decide what day of the week is shown on the calendar, and you can update the legends on books that need to be returned, days with reading, etc. All you have to do is add your reading tasks and goals for that month. And once you have done that, just select the cells and delete and start the next month. So that's all 8 tabs of the book and reading tracker. Just to recap, just start with the setup to customize your genres and categories, then log everything through the book tracker tab and let the dashboard, gallery and reading habit tabs just do the rest of the work for you automatically. And remember, every colour, every category, every drop down is fully editable. This is your tracker and it's made to fit your reading life. Want this book tracker for yourself? I've linked it right below in the description. It's available for Google Sheets with full written instructions and obviously this video tutorial as well. If this was helpful, drop the video a like and let me know in the comments what you're currently reading. I'd love to know. Thank you for watching and happy reading.